Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We are going to talk about the new makeup that's been released, announced and sneak peeked, and I am going to let you know what I think about it, if I want to pick it up, if I'm leaving it in the store, and apparently my dog also has opinions about this, and then you let me know down in the comments whether or not you want to pick this up. Let me know down in the comments what you feel about these releases, and it is okay to disagree. I have this spiel all the time. You can have your opinion, but I can have my opinion, and we're perfectly fine with that. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I just love makeup and beauty. I love everything, but some things I love a little bit less. And if you want to see some more makeup videos, don't forget to subscribe because I upload, well, right now, every day. Yeah. And so it begins. Do I have some of these releases? I feel like I have some of these releases. Should I go and fetch them? I probably should. Let me scoochy to the side. And we can start talking about the makeup releases because I always put a picture here to the side. I did film this look. It is coming, I think, next week. Listen, vlogmas starts for me usually the last week of November because I just love the whole project of uploading every day. This is my yearly big project that I plan for months, and I honestly kind of love it. So I tend to start the last week of November because I really love doing this. I'm gonna be honest, I think it's so much fun, and I never upload every day to the last week of December because we're usually, you know, spending time with family and all of that. So I am actually gonna start uploading every day on Monday. But with that being said, I noticed that I had 2 videos that I had to get up this weekend. So there is gonna be videos on Saturday and Sunday as well. Yes, that is where we are. I am super excited. I hope that you're super excited. Don't forget to subscribe. Now let me get over and fetch some of the things that I actually have. Oh, and I have one release that they haven't announced yet. You know what? I have one release as well that the brand hasn't announced yet. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will show it on Instagram as soon as the brand shows it on Instagram. I'll probably have some kind of a video as well because I realize now that I don't think they've even sneak peeked or like even told that they're having a new collection. I'm not 100% sure. So let's talk about the thing that I have that is being released, I think, on Black Friday. And this is the On Top of the Mountain and Beneath the Stars. This is a highlighter palette by Sugar Drizzle. I know they're releasing some other things as well from Sugar Drizzle on Black Friday, but this is the thing that I have. So this is like a duochrome highlighter palette. I haven't done anything with this. I'm showing you a picture here that has some swatches, but I haven't touched it or anything. So I'm gonna do, I don't know, it looks really beautiful in real life, I can tell you that. Can you see some of the switch? Oh, here. Look, you can see that like the colors switches, like switches. I don't know the word. Shifts. Wow. I think I need another coffee. You can see it here in the palette. I'll use this in some video, and I can also see when I'm looking at this in different lights that this is definitely a duochrome, maybe even a multichrome. So I'm interested in seeing what kind of formula this is. This launches on Black Friday. I will have a video on Sunday, which is going to be my Black Friday guide to some of the indie brands that I really love. I'm going to be talking about some of the deals. I'm going to be talking about what is going on Black Friday and which sales I recommend versus but like if you're interested in a brand and they have a sale, of course I recommend that for you, but I'm gonna let you know my top picks. That video is gonna be live on Sunday. Then actually these palettes launched yesterday, and these are from Unearthly Cosmetics. So this is the Grind palette. It looks like this, and I also have the Dead of Night. I do have a video on these palettes. That one went up last Friday, so I will link that video down below in case you're interested in seeing swatches and looks and stuff like that. These palettes launched yesterday, and I do have a code with Unearthly Cosmetics. My code is Angelica, and it is the same code on Sugar Drizzle, and that will give you 10% off their products in case you want to shop a little bit and get some money off. And if you want to use somebody else's code, or if you don't want to shop at all, listen, that is perfectly fine. Only use a code of a creator that you like, and only use a code if you're actually shopping. No need for you to go out and shop just to support a creator. Just you being here, watching the videos, leaving a comment, pressing the thumbs up. That is literally all the support a creator needs, if I'm gonna be honest. Everything else is just a cherry on top. Okay, so the thing that hasn't been announced yet, I'm not going to show you that, but I might do something on that because I will tell you it is very, very beautiful. If you're interested in any of the things that I'm talking about in this episode, everything is going to be in the description box. And what I have on my face, I'm going to put that in the pinned comment. And just know that this tutorial is coming up. I think it is next week. Should we have just some quick some quick news, because I saw this one over at Transtopia, and that is that Lethal Cosmetics is now available at Beauty Bay. I'm so excited for Lethal Cosmetics. I feel like that is a brand that's just keeps growing and it keeps going from like good to great, and I'm just super excited about their success. They are available at Camera Ready Cosmetics if you are living in the US. That is a really easy site to shop from if you're interested in Lethal Cosmetics. And now if you are living in a country where you find Beauty Bay to be the best way to shop, you can find Lethal Cosmetics there as well. I will leave a link to that down below in case you are interested. We have to touch on this. The amount of tags I got in this. Who do we need to bribe to make this stop? What kind of a contract did Hipdot sign for them to have to release these kind of stupid figurines made of eyeshadow of, let's be honest, look at those swatches, kind of questionable quality, back to back to back to back. I feel like the mold probably to do these little Kinder Egg-esque packaging, it looks like one of those, you know, when you were a kid and you got, well, at least in Sweden it was 5 crowns, and you put it in one of those vendors and you twisted it and it got like a little ball, and inside was like a, I don't know, like a keychain or like one of those bouncing balls. I feel like it looks like that, but instead you're getting now a Sesame Street figurine, and we just need to stop robbing these figurines. Who's not buying these? I feel like this is the makeup community's answer to Funko Pop. Because these are things that I don't think are meant to fill any kind of purpose, really. Because look, again, look at these swatches. What in the 2015 drugstore quality makeup are those swatches? Nobody's looking at those swatches and they're like, yeah, that is what I cannot wait to add that to my collection. And they're also kind of expensive. There's $12 for this mediocre color right here. I feel like, again, this is the Funko Pop of the makeup community. They filled really no purpose other than collecting them. And I say this as someone that actually don't like Funko Pops. And I have friends that have a lot of Funko Pops and they're like showing me their collection. And it's not for me. But I'm also the person that don't like displaying stuff like that. I don't display my makeup. I don't like the little, I don't like seeing a lot of stuff. And Funko Pop is a lot of stuff. And this is also a lot of stuff. And for this to make sense for you, you probably have to showcase it somehow, and I would never do that because I feel it looks cluttered, and a cluttered house, I'm looking now at the pile of things that I've decluttered in my collection. I already filmed my declutters, by the way. Filmed all 5 of my declutters. First one is coming next week. Hold on to your panties. My heart aches for clutter. I don't want that, and I just, it's not for me. If you are a collector and if you want to spend your money on stuff like this, maybe that is perfect. I don't feel like Hipdot is like a serious makeup brand anymore. It's like, are we more about the collecting and the collabing and the shock value than we are about actually making good makeup? I feel like a lot of releases nowadays are just makeup made to be good TikToks. Can we make that stop? Like, can we just make good makeup that people want to use? I'm being very cynical. I realize that, and I'm not really a cynical person, so please let me know if you love this. Please let me know if you bought this. I just don't really get it. I don't get it. Speaking of things that are releasing on Black Friday, I'm fairly sure that this is releasing on Black Friday too, and this is from Klarity Cosmetics, and this is the Croc eyeshadow palette. This is, yeah, Black Friday, and I don't know how much this is. I'm not 100% sure of the price range of Klarity Cosmetics, but I think they are one of those mid-range, not super affordable indie brands. I have never tried the brand. I have no idea about the quality. The swatches look beautiful. It seems to be like a neutral palette with a little bit of a twist with that bright yellowy gold and a couple of like greens, one being kind of a strong green and then a couple of more khaki toned ones. I think this looks really cute. It's not for me, and right now the last thing I need is to be out here trying new brands, because it takes a really long time to review a brand for the first time because you have to use it so many times. But if you're reviewing a brand that you've already reviewed and you know all of their formulas and you know all of their like wear times and all of that. All you really need to do then when you review something new is to see, is this the same? Is this the same? And sometimes it's not, and then of course it takes longer because you have to figure out like, why isn't it the same? What is it that's different about this? But when you're reviewing a brand new brand, you're starting from scratch and you have to start figuring out, does this remind me of something? Is it resembling something? Do I feel like this is a good price range for them? Like all of these different things, and I don't have time for that, but I think it looks really pretty. I will link the brand down below. There is a lot of things that have happened in the makeup community that I think has made brands realize that there is some cash to be had in the beauty industry. That like ham mask, what was that? There was like the boiled ham mask. I don't even remember what it was. I bought it, so I'm guilty of that. I wanted to try it. But then we had that cheese nail polish. Smell like cheese. Who wants... Okay, nobody really wanted that. But now, those kind of things, and since they have been selling, and that ketchup makeup as well, I think the brands are like, oh, we can do a quick merch drop of doing makeup and people will buy it. Even people that are not necessarily interested in either our brand or our merch normally will buy something makeup related. And this is Coors Light. Is Coors Light not one of those beers that literally just taste like slightly beer flavored water? I feel like that's the one. They're releasing a chill polish for holiday 2022, and this basically will change color when it's like being cool or being warm. So when you hold the cold beer, this is not a new concept. Nail polish have been doing this for years. I've been seeing cool indie brands doing like color changing when it comes to temperature nail polishes for years. I mean, it is gimmicky. So are all of these, not even food themed beauty, but like straight up made by food brands. They're extremely gimmicky. They're meant to be gimmicky. Like those glosses that were a collaboration between, what was that, Winky Lux and that like wings place that nobody goes to apparently according to my comments, Applebee's. They even smelled like the wing sauces. Who wants that? Who wants a honey barbecue gloss? That is not date night worthy. Or maybe, depending on who you're dating, but like, it's just so gimmicky. It's so past the line of gimmicky that when you look back, the line is a dot. That's where we are at gimmicky now. And as long as we keep buying it, as long as we keep talking about it, what I'm doing right now, it's gonna keep coming. If we stop buying it, they're gonna stop making it. I talked about a sneak peek from L'Oreal Los Angeles, and I talked about that I think 2 weeks ago. Basically, the brand was sneak peeking that they're coming up with something for holiday, and now we're getting a little bit more of a sneak peek, and this is the something new is coming. A L'Oreal Los Angeles holiday collection will be available November 18th, which is the day that you're seeing this, on Friday. So I obviously will not be able to show you the full thing before this video is going up. But just know that this is launching today. I mean, you can tell from this picture right here that there's obviously going to be some kind of a green included. And I'm guessing that this is going to be probably similar to that Croc palette by Klarity. It's going to be a neutral palette with a little bit of a twist. This is me taking not even a stab in the dark. This is a stab in broad daylight. L'Oreal Los Angeles is not going to release a rainbow palette. It's not going to happen. It's probably going to be a neutrals palette with a pop of a couple of muted like olivey greens. This is my, again, stab in broad daylight. That is what I'm thinking that this is. If you're interested, I will leave a link down below where you can find it. I will say that I have tried L'Oreal Los Angeles and I really did like the quality. So depending on how much of a twist this is, I might be interested. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Ooh, let me actually remind you about this as well. I try to remind you every time I see this because they're restocking every now and then and it keeps selling out. And it is a Cosmic Brushes is restocking the Serenity palette today as well. The 18th, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. For everyone in the back, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will leave the info down below. I will leave my code, which is Angelica, and you can get 10% off if you order from Cosmic Brushes. And also, I will put this probably in the community tab, maybe on like Instagram as well, because I hate to see when you miss out because there are still so many that want this palette. I can tell you right now, I'm already starting to gear up, of course, because like Vlogmas is literally upon us. I'm already starting to gear up with all of my end of the year content, and I can tell you right now that if this is not top 5 best palettes of the year in my yearly ranking, I'll eat my socks. That's how good this palette is. It is worth the hype. It is worth selling out. It is a really good palette. There's been so many announcements about like Black Friday sales and stuff, and that's why I want to do that on Sunday, so you can see which are the best ones, which are the worst ones. So if you're interested in that, I will put that on, like I said, on Sunday. So if you're wondering why I'm not talking about Black Friday sales, there will be a separate video on Sunday, and I promise you that there will be a lot of really good information in that one in case you are actually interested in shopping the Black Friday sale. But here is another palette that's also launching on Black Friday, and this is the one we talked about last week, and this is the Lexilalamakeup and Bella Beauty Bar. She makes amazing Instagram like esque makeup, and she's so incredible. She's so talented. I've met her in real life. She is incredibly talented with makeup. Like, her makeup was flawless in real life, and they are releasing, I'm not even surprised, it is a rainbow palette with a bit of a twist. Super excited for her. So if you were interested in this, or if you wanted to support Lexi, I will leave a link to that down below. That one is launching on Black Friday. I do have a code with Bella Beauty Bar, but I have no idea if that code is valid on a collab or not. But if you're shopping anything else from Bella Beauty Bar, my code is Angelica. I will leave that as well down below. It is a really pretty palette. I don't need to be reviewing another rainbow palette, but I do like the Bella Beauty quality, especially the shimmers, so I'm excited to see other people's review on this. Oh, I wanted to mention this one, because this is the one thing that I know I'm going to be purchasing, and we did talk about this last week, but now this one is available at Sephora. And this is the Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli number 64 by Kayali. It is available now both at Huda Beauty and also at Sephora. I will leave a link to Sephora down below. This one, we talked about it last week. It has vanilla orchid, creamy jasmine, and golden rum as top notes. I love a boozy perfume. Middle notes is vanilla infusion, vanilla sucra absolute, tonka bean accord, spicy rose bouquet, smoky leather, and creme brulee. Dry notes is sugar patchouli, musk, brown sugar, amber, and royal oud. I am very intrigued in trying this because it has a lot of things that I like, but it also has a lot of things that I not dislike, but like don't love. So I'm super intrigued in trying this one. There are like travel sizes that you can buy, so that is probably what I'm gonna be trying out. I will leave a link to that down below. But there's also another kind of interesting perfume like release. This is probably not gonna be for me, and this is actually from Ariana Grande, and she has released a fragrance vault, and in this fragrance vault there's actually 2 perfumes that are new. I think this is such a smart and cool way to like sneak peek your own launches and like releasing a vault of all your perfumes, and in the vault are 2 like unreleased perfumes. I think it's so smart. I actually kind of wish that others would do that because I feel like it's so fun. So in this vault there is all of these different perfumes. It's like a sampler set. Honestly, it looks kind of cute. So it's like the Ari, Sweet Like Candy, Cloud, Moonlight, the REM perfume, Frankie, Cloud 2.0, God is a Woman, Thank You Next. And then it is the 2 new ones, the Maud Blush and the Maud Vanilla. I will say, I have smelled a lot of the Ariana Grande perfumes and none of them have been for me. And the main reason is that they are very sweet and some of them are kind of florally, and I like a sweet perfume if it's also sweet and spicy or sweet and smoky, and these are kind of sweet more on the feminine spectrum, and I prefer unisex scents or men's scents. And I like I've said before, anyone can wear anything. This is just how scents are being described. So none of the scents have really been for me, but I do know that there's a lot of people out there that are head over heels for Ariana Grande's perfumes and cannot wait to try more. So I'm just letting you know that there are more coming, and I'm sure she's going to release these separately really soon. Let's get into the weekly ColourPop segment because I actually have more than one thing to talk about this week. And first of all, I want to talk about like the big elephant in the room, and that is that the collaboration that they were doing with the Muppets, it got leaked on Ulta. I think someone accidentally pressed the wrong button and they showed all these pictures on Ulta, but it is since then been taken down and they're not available at Ulta yet, but of course they're coming soon because otherwise Ulta would have leaked the pictures. But it is available at ColourPop. It did release yesterday. My code with ColourPop is Angelica and you can get some money off. I didn't pick this collection up, and it's simply the only reason why I didn't pick this up is that I have so far received all collections from ColourPop since I got my affiliate code, so I'm guessing that I will receive this one as well. Do you want to see a video? Should I do a video? Is this a collection that you want to see something on? Like, I would love to hear your thoughts about this. I think that this one looks super cute. Can I say this like Muppets Christmas special? because that is what it is like. It's the Muppets Christmas special. I've never seen it. That is not a tradition in Sweden. In Sweden, we actually have a Disney special that we watch every year for like 60 years. This tradition is so deeply rooted in Swedish traditions, it is crazy. Nothing is intertwined more than Christmas and Donald Duck on Christmas. It's like this. It has to happen. We even have our special Christmas special. It's the same every year. It's literally, I think, 64 years old or something at this point. It's 63, I think, because it started the year that my mom was born, and I'm 59. It started in 59 and my mom is born in 59. So yeah, this is a long going tradition. But the Muppets and also the collection that they had last year, that was the Rudolph one, never seen any of those in my life. They're not shown in Sweden. I had no idea what that Rudolph collection was last year. I have no idea what the Muppets Christmas special is, but I will say I am dying to find out. This is one of those things that's going to be weird but also exciting about celebrating, because we are celebrating Christmas in the US, is to see all of those teensy small Christmas traditions that you never hear about unless you're experiencing them. So I am super excited about that, and I will say I think this palette looks really cute, and I also feel like they did a really good job at putting the colors in an order so that the palette looks cute and colorful but also makes sense. It's like a column of orange, then bluish, greenish, and then some more pinky burgundy ones. So if you're looking at a palette like this and you're like, wow, it's so colorful, you can just go the column down and it will make sense and it will go together. I think that it's really nice sometimes. I like palettes that are chaotic because I feel like it challenges me, but I also realize, and I've thought about that with myself when I've put palettes together, like my two collab palettes, I've tried to put everything together in a way that if you dip into two colors next to each other, they will go together, they will make sense together. So I think that that's really cute. There is a glitterly obsessed here that's called Who? Moi? Even I know that Miss Piggy thing. And a couple of Super Shocks. They're pretty basic, but I like that it's the Muppets on the front. There are glowing lips in this collection, and I will say I'm very excited about that. So I am looking forward to trying this. Would you like me to do a video? I can totally make a video. Obviously, I'm not working enough, so I need to make more things, but I think it's cute. And obviously, those two green mattes, that is very cute. Is it not? I feel like it's very cute. Let's talk about the other ColourPop thing that we talked about as well. And this one was actually released on Monday, and this is the After Party collection, and it is now available, and it is new eyeshadow quads, eyeliners, and mascaras to match the main event hair tints and conditioners. And the hair tints and conditioners are actually the only thing that I wasn't sent by ColourPop, and that's why I'm thinking that maybe I won't be sent this one either. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that the quads by ColourPop are my, like, probably my favorites. Like, I bring them everywhere. I love them so much. Outside of YouTube, I wear them so often. I really like those quads. I think they're absolutely amazing. Probably the best matte formula that ColourPop has had are in those quads. The shimmers are good too. Not like dimensional, sparkly, amazing like an indie brand would be, but they're really good metallics and shimmers. Some of them are duochromes, but amazing mattes, in my humble opinion. So if I don't get sent these in PR, I think I'm gonna pick up one or two myself. Maybe the purple one, because I like the purple because it has a light matte, a dark matte, and two shimmers. I feel like that could be one that I would really like. One of it, like the one of them is called Nickel, and it has like two shimmers and then a gray and a black. And I think a lot of people would enjoy something like that for like smoky looks around the party season that's coming up. I think these are cute. I think the purple one would be the one that I pick up. Maybe some of those liners as well. They look really cute too. I could be persuaded. But these are already available on the website, and again, you can use my code if you want to get some money off. All the info is going to be in the description box. This is something that I'm also thinking about picking up, and this is new lashes has launched from Bright Lashes. These are fall mink lashes, and Bright Lashes is owned by Angela Bright, and she is such a sweetheart. I met her in real life, and I will leave her site down below. I'm actually wearing one of her lashes today. Wait, let me see which ones I'm wearing. I am wearing Vivid. Those are the ones I'm wearing, and I love her half lashes, and I know that one of these pairs are a pair of half lashes, so I might actually order one of these new ones, and I might actually buy a backup of these Vivid ones, because I feel like these are about to give up, because I've used these probably like 15-20 times, like so many times, and I can tell that I'm like 1 or 2 times away from breaking them because they have lasted and looked so good for so long. I think they're so pretty. So yeah, really like Bright Lashes. I definitely recommend them. Something that was released pretty soon after I posted my new makeup releases last week was that Viseart has released even more things, because I talked about 2 palettes from Viseart last week, and now they have released 3 quads as well. I think these might be their holiday quads if I'm not mistaken, and these are new petite force. Petite Force, yeah, it has to be like that. It's Amélie, Lila De, and Violetta, and they are all very cute. That middle one is very light, definitely not for me, but I have seen some swatches, and that last one that looks a little bit more dark, those swatches look really pretty and really promising. But I actually have quite a few like Viseart things that I really like, and this is not something that I am interested in reviewing right now, for the main reason that I don't want all of them, and it would make a better review video if I was interested in all 3, and I'm not. So I'm gonna leave this to someone else to review, and if I still want that quad in a bit, I'll buy it later, but I definitely don't need to buy it right now. But it is available. I will link it down below. They are $25 each, and from my experience, Viseart shadows are really nice. There's also a new collection from Arcus Couture, and they are releasing the Supreme Nudes, which is, I think, their most loved palette in a mini. And this is the Supreme Nudes Matte Masterpiece. Also, it's a mini with only mattes. Huh. I'm like rethinking my life choices because I do love mattes. That looks cute. And there are 3 new Silk Cream lipsticks as well. One very light, that looks lighter than my concealer shade, and then 2 a little bit more mid-tone. I do like an all matte palette, but I just recently got that ColourPop Not a Box of Chocolates palette in my life, and that one actually has really good mattes as well. Do I need another matte palette with nudes? No, I do not. But it is available. I think this, yeah, it's launching today on the 18th. So if it's not available, it's coming real soon. Check the links down below. Maybe you're interested. I have heard that this palette, like the big one, has an amazing formula. So if you were interested in only the mattes, this could be for you. One brand that I've actually never really been interested in is Victoria Beckham Beauty. And this is probably because Victoria Beckham Beauty is a combination of 2 things that I don't really love in makeup. Neutrals and luxury prices. If they're luxury prices but still a little editorial when it comes to color stories and color selection, like Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, I am interested. But if they're luxury prices and still just neutrals, like most of Tom Ford, let's be honest. Also, Tom Ford was bought out. Like, the brand was bought by Estee Lauder. Did you know that? That was the thing that happened this week. But or like Victoria Beckham, like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And these eyeliners, she's just releasing 1 new shade, and it is like a gold. And like all of these, I just can get this thing somewhere else for less money, and I'm gonna need it to be more special than that if I'm gonna be dropping $26 for a liner. I think I saw these things at Ulta, and these are some new mini palettes and like lip kit sets for Black Friday, and these are from Kylie Cosmetics. It is a mini mauve eyeshadow palette and a mini bronze. So it's like the bronze palette and the mauve palette. How many times is she gonna release the bronze palette and the mauve palette? This is in a mini version. Like, how many times? Is this the 7th time that she's releasing the bronze and the mauve in a new version? I feel like the mauve and the bronze is the only palettes in her collection that's not limited edition, right? Everything else is like a collab, or a collab with one of her family members, or a collab with a franchise. I feel like the mauve and the bronze is the only thing she has in her collection, and for her to just release 2 mini versions of it, it's just a little like non-creative. Oh my god, there's more ColourPop. Of course there's more ColourPop. Let's just have a sneak peek at this. ColourPop always has vaults for Christmas. These are very giftable vaults. If you have someone in your life that you would like to gift something, if they like makeup, these vaults or these gift sets or holiday gift sets from ColourPop, they are a great alternative. They have inexpensive ones, they have expensive ones. Here is a sneak peek of one of the ones that are gonna have 9-pan eyeshadow palettes. I don't even know if these are new or not. I think so. It's called Island Vacay Sunny Days Sweet Vibes, maybe? Something extra, new money, and pink drink. These might be new. Last year they released those 5 pans in the vault. Those were also new. I will say they usually do not bring those palettes back from the vault, but it's like, it's a great gift to you. It's a great gift to someone, these vault. There's also having a big vault with some of these Super Shock shadows. If you have a lot of ColourPop, I don't think you need these for yourself. These are a giftable thing to someone who does not have a lot of makeup but really loves makeup. Or if you want to start with ColourPop, or if you feel like you want to try ColourPop and you want to get something that's like more than one palette all at once. Or if you have like, maybe you have like a gift exchange thing and you need to bring more than one gift. Breaking up some of these vaults can be perfect. Some of these vaults are very big though. I would definitely recommend some of the smaller vaults over some of the bigger vaults. I don't think you can use discount codes on these vaults. Usually these like value sets and value vaults are excluded from discount codes, just so you know, because you're already getting a discount because you're getting like a bundle deal. But yeah, these are the palettes are going to be 6 palettes for 54, and the Super Shock vault is going to be 25 singles for 79. It is coming on the 21st, which is going to be then Monday. Me like trying to think. So me personally, I would rather get the quads that were released this Monday than this. But if you have gifts to get for someone that loves makeup, I do think that these vaults are really good. I don't think they're perfect for someone who's already into makeup and someone who already owns a lot of makeup, especially if they own a lot of ColourPop. You see where I'm going with this, right? Don't you? They're giftable, but sometimes they're also a little bit overwhelming. Maybe that makes more sense. Speaking of overwhelming, there are 2 new palettes that are being either released or announced by P.Louise Academy. I have no idea if it's announced or released. Oh yeah, they're coming also today on the 18th. Everybody's releasing stuff today. So these are a little peculiar. I'm gonna put some pictures up here and you're gonna see it looks like 4 palettes, but actually they're double-sided palettes, which is very cumbersome and usually not very user-friendly, because when you're using your palette you kind of want to be able to dip in, and for you to have to close the lid and flip it over and open the other side, it becomes a little cumbersome, and I don't know if that is what people want. I also will say, and this is something that P.Louise always does, and this is very, and I say this with the utmost love, this is very UK Instagram makeup look. They want to have a million different mattes in the slightest increment of like gradation, and that's why these palettes sometimes seems a little redundant, because do you need that many pastel blues, pastel greens, pastel yellows going? It becomes a little too much. I feel like P.Louise as a brand, like, just edit yourself, and it is the same with the rainbow palette. And has she not had a rainbow palette from before? Maybe she hasn't had a full-on rainbow palette, and maybe this one is really good then. But some of those pastel pinks, some of those mid-tone greens, they look very similar, and I get that when you're into that makeup style, this is perfect. But for me, who is not, I would rather just dip in between a lighter and a darker than have an extra shade in my palette. That's just me though. I know not everyone feels like that. I think that this just becomes too big, too cumbersome, and I just want it to be edited down a little bit. If you feel differently, please let me know. I also really do not like the double-sided palettes. That is not my favorite. No. We've also seen some holiday things from Essence. Essence is a really affordable brand. I think it's really cool that they're doing some stuff. I will say that this collection is a little bit random, because when I'm reading what is included, is a gingerbread lip balm, makes sense. A glitter lip beautifier, makes sense. Lip scrub, baked highlighter, gingerbread, lip scrub, baked highlighter, makeup remover pads, nail stickers, brush set, makes sense. But then you're losing me at the gingerbread bracelet and ear stud kit and the cozy socks. That is just straight up like other kind of things. Like, it's not even makeup related. I mean, it's cute, it's really cute, but like, I don't know exactly, now that I think of it, what store has Essence in store. Ulta does. Do you think that they would have socks? Maybe they would, I don't know. That's a little odd, having jewelry and socks. It feels a little Claire's, and in a way, I'm like, it's cute. I don't mind when brands are doing other stuff. Maybe it's just because I keep thinking like how it's gonna look on the shelf. But now that I think of it, I kind of like it. It's something different. And again, that's very giftable. What if you get someone that baked highlighter, a gingerbread lip balm, and a pair of cozy socks? That's actually cute. You know what? I take it back. I kind of like it. It's also, it's only that I'm wondering, will stores take that in and hang that in store? But maybe the stand that they're having for this makes 100% sense and there's no problem at all. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think brands should just stick to what you know and make that perfect? Or do you think it's okay to branch out a little bit and come up with some jokers for some special collections? Tell me down below. You know what? I'm scrolling through and I think that was it. I think we talked about, let's not lose my phone. I think we talked about all the essentials, all the important stuff. Let me know if I missed something down below. We'll take that next week because of course we're having new makeup releases next week as well. And we're gonna have a video tomorrow and we're gonna have a video on Sunday. And Sunday is gonna be, like I said, my Black Friday guide to my favorite indie brands. If you wanna see some info about the different launches that are happening, if you wanna hear about the different deals that are going on and which ones you can stack on top of each other, do tune in on Sunday's video. I am so excited to be sharing all of that with you. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. Do not forget to subscribe and I will see you very soon again for a new video. Bye!